What's up, guys, and welcome to another edition of Marauders, beating the market one trade at a time. Welcome to the live stream, and welcome everybody to the community. So, be starting in about a minute here. So, hope everybody's having a great week. It's been a crazy week, just so much stuff going on. But I think we have a clear path forward for how the economy is going to be going. So I'll be talking about some of those, and that's going to also be reflected in some of the stock picks for this week. Move some of this light out of the way real quick. But I hope everybody's able to lock in some profits. Been some pretty crazy movers going on this week. But overall, I hope everybody's able to lock in some profits. Hope these videos are helping you. Hope everybody's having a great week of trading. It's a lot of moves going on. So let's jump in to it. So first on here, I'll be going over the watch list. So the previous watch list from the ones that I posted. So starting off, we have ticker sign MU, which is Micron. It touched $80.08. So overall, pretty good for that metric. And if you have any questions, make sure you drop them in the chat below or on the Patreon page itself. Either one will do. So it touched $80.08. So hopefully people were able to jump in that one and execute, get some profits from that positive movement on that one. So it is bullish, done by moving average 10 line being above 50 and 100. So that's always a good metric overall. VWAP is still significantly high, so I'm going to be looking for this one for some continuous movement as the weeks go on. So it did get upgrades, so that was one of the reasons why I added it to the watch list. And it seems like those upgrades definitely help propel the stock moving forward. It also had a positive close today, so it ended at 79.11. But then after hours went up $1.03 to end at 80.14. This is a significant value to me because 80.08 is the week high that the stock has been at, and so it closed above the week high. So always look for those movements for a stock to close higher than its week high, because that can be a good indicator that it still has some more bullish run-up potential. So if you don't just use the indicators of moving average 10, 50, and 100 and VWAP, you can always just use the after hours report. That definitely will give you some good information as well. Next, we have ticker sign GS for Goldman Sachs. They are still bullish, so I had a call on this one as well. That was on the watch list. They touched 295.89 this week. So overall, pretty good metrics for them. They ended the day at 291.65. Then after hours went up $1.66 and at 293.31. So overall, positive movement from them. Now VWAP is below the moving average 10, so there may be some potential running sideways for tomorrow if we see on the chart right here. It already started. But overall, I think the stock is still really bullish. So I'm going to be looking for this to continue to go up as time goes on. Next, we have ticker sign PECK. They are still in a bullish up run at the current moment, so overall, pretty good for them. They did shoot up on the 4th, went to about 1260, and then kind of went sideways for like a day. But then today kind of shot back up to this 1620 metric, which I think was pretty good. Hopefully everybody was able to execute on that one and just get this little run up that happened today. So they did end at 15.15 today, so they went $1.05 down after hours, but overall still bullish. And VWAP is above the moving average 10, so still looking positive overall in my opinion. Next we have ticker sign SYN, which is bearish. So they did go down some. They touched $1.70, but overall went down to end at 68 cents or 66 cents, and then went down to 68 cents. So not really expecting too much from that. They kind of crashed and burned after this $1.70 high. Next, we have ticker sign RESN. They touched $4.15 this week. And then kind of went a little bit sideways after that. Overall, they went up some after that to end the week or in the day at $3.91. After hours, they went up 8 more cents to end at $3.99. So they're still really close to this $4.15 level that they were at. So I think it's a pretty positive move for them, and I think it's overall good in my opinion to see them do that. So I'm going to be looking for some more movement since they are still bullish, and VWAP is right at that moving average 10 line. So going to be looking for some more movement from this one tomorrow to end the week. Next, we have ticker sign CETX. For some metrics, they did touch 167 this week, but it seems like they just kind of have gone sideways after that. They haven't really gone back up, just continue to run sideways. A positive note, though, the VWAP is above moving average 10, and the moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. So hopefully that means that tomorrow we'll see some more movement from them, but overall, not really expecting too much as far as movement comes. Next, we have ticker sign MRKR. This stock is kind of all over the place. They touched $2.19, ended the day at $1.70. So it's kind of far from where they hit their week high. They are getting very close to this moving average 50 line. So moving average 10 is getting very close to the 50 line. But overall, still going to be watching this one, but not really expecting too much as far as breakout is concerned. Next on here, we have ticker sign BBI for Brickell Biotech Incorporated. They did touch $1.25 this week, but still running sideways on this one. On a positive note, they ended on a 1 cent above their close, so they ended at 107, and then after hours went up to 108. And looks like they're trying to begin a run up. So hopefully tomorrow we'll see some movement from them. Next on here, starting the second list off, we have CleanSpark. Now, CleanSpark, I've been watching pretty closely. They did touch $42 this week. And overall, it's kind of been in that $40 range for most of the week with sideways movement. So they did touch this $42, but then we see they ended the day at $40.39. Then after hours went up 60 cents to end at $40.99. So about $1 and away from this metric right here. So $1.01 away. So I think it's definitely good to keep our eyes out on CleanSpark and see how they move in the coming days. Next, we have Marathon Patent. So this stock has been going up because of the run-up of Bitcoin. So I definitely expect this one to continue to go up, especially with the crazy evaluations that have been coming regarding Bitcoin. Bitcoin had touched the $39,000 this week. I think that was the highest it's ever been. So definitely companies revolving that. I'm definitely putting on the list, and you'll see later on the list I have a company in the same niche that I'm going to put and add to the watch list. So they did touch $24.35 this week. They ended the day at $22.36. Then with 12 cents up after hours, at $22.48, which I think is a pretty good metric for them. Going to be looking for VWAP to cross back again this moving average 10 line, and if it does so, then I expect it to continue to go up after that. So it is bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100, but looking for the second indicator of the moving average or the VWAP to be above moving average 10. Next, we have X, which is U.S. Steel. They are at 22.42 was their week high. They ended at 20.45. Seems to be kind of going down this week. They ended at 20.45, but overall, after hours, we can see they went up 3 cents to end at 20.48. So they're looking for some more movement from them from X U.S. Steel. Next, we have ticker sign ISR for IsoRay. Their week high was $2. They've kind of gone sideways after that. Ended at 135. Then after hours went up 2 more cents to end at 137. Not really too much as far as volume is concerned from this one. I would say just keep it on your radar, but overall, not really looking for too much of a breakout from that, from this one for the end of the week. Next on the list is ticker sign NRBO for Neurobo Pharmaceutical. They touched $7.61 this week. Ended the day at 587. Then after hours went to 566. So this one is just continuously going down. So I would definitely not expect much from this one, and probably be taken off the watch list as well. Next, we have ticker sign AMRS. So I looked at the watch list, and I think I accidentally put ARMS instead of AMRS. So that's my bad on that one. When I looked at the watch list today, I think I put that in backwards. So they touched $9.83 this week, but then have gone down today to go to $8.73. So kind of fallen off significantly. To end the day, they went down 5 more cents after hours to end at $8.68. So those are the watch lists so far for the week. Now I'm going to get into some of the new plays that I'm going to be looking at for the completion of the week. So first on here, we have ticker sign FTFT for Future FinTech Group. Today, they touched $5.92. They ended the day at $5.75. So today they had a 242.26% gain. So that's pretty fantastic for the company overall. After hours is the part that I think is very important, a key metric to look at. I mean, overall they are bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. VWAP is below moving average 10. But if we see right here at the end of the day, after hours, they went up 28 more cents to end at $6.03, which is above this 592, which is their week high. So I'm going to be looking at this one closely to see how it performs when the market opens, to see if I can jump in and get some of that volume spike when it opens. Next, we have ticker sign SOS for SOS Limited. They touched 410. They've kind of gone sideways after that, so I'm going to be looking at them, but not as closely as FTFT. Going this sideways chart pattern that they're doing. The moving average 10 is above 50 and 100, and VWAP is above moving average 10. But overall, not really seeing too much as far as volume is concerned. Volume seemed to kind of plateau at this one level, this 338 metric. But we'll definitely look at them to see if they can turn that around tomorrow. Next is ticker sign ENG for In Global. I think that's what it's In Global. So they did touch 544 today, then ended the day at 510, and then went down 11 more cents to end at 499. So it seems like this one is falling, after hours. So they are bullish, noted by moving average 10 being above 50 and 100, and VWAP is above moving average 10. But I would look at this one, before I jump in to see how it goes back, because it's going to have to test this 544 level again. So, positive wise, if a company ends green like this FTFT after hours, then I definitely going to, is a better bet in my opinion than the ones that end red. So definitely keep the green ones on your radar. Keep all of them on your radar, but keep the green ones specifically on your radar. I'll be more comfortable jumping in and out of those than the ones that ended red. Next, we have ticker sign SNW for Sunworks. As you know, Sunworks is in the green space, so that's definitely going to be a stock that benefits from this Biden presidency. So it may be beneficial to jump into this one early and see how it performs. So moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. VWAP is below moving average 10, but it touched $9.10 today, ended at 903, and then after hours went down 27 more cents to end at 876. But still going to keep it on my radar because it's in that green space. Next, we have ticker sign ANY for Sphere 3D. They went up today to 235 and ended the day at 223. But then after hours went down 40 more cents to end at 183. So that's a pretty significant drop from touching this 235 metric. So I'm going to be looking at this one for a potential bounce off of this 183 metric. Since 183 is pretty close to this 161, going to be looking at it to bounce off of that and then potentially rally back up. So I may look for a scalp play on that one. But overall, end it with VWAP above the moving average 10. So who knows? This is just a significant fall in my opinion, especially considering penny stock. So if it wasn't a penny stock and it was like a large cap stock that was like $40, $50 or just a larger price volume and it fell 40 cents, I wouldn't be too worried. But it's a penny stock that fell from like 223 to 183, which is a significant drop for penny stocks. Next on here, we have ticker sign XNET for XNet. Well, that's not the company. XNet is the stock, but Xzuli, I hope I'm saying that correct. Xunoli. Yeah, I can't really pronounce that, but this is the stock. They went up to $5.82 today, and then after hours, they went up some more to $5.32. So they ended at $4.99, went up to $5.32. 33-cent increase after hours, so that's a pretty positive metric. They're definitely going to have to test this $5.82 metric tomorrow. So if they start to go back up again, I'm going to be looking for the confirmation of this 582 breakthrough, because if they test this 582 break and they go right back down, then I think it's going to go back further down than this 499 metric. So going to be looking to see how they perform tomorrow, and if it can go and push through this 582, then I think it's well on its way to $6 then after that point. Next, we have ticker sign IDEX, which is no stranger to the group. I'm pretty sure I've had this one on here before. I've talked about it quite a bit in the past, but they touched $3 today, and today at $2.98. Another one that I would say definitely keep your eyes out on because it ended above its week high. So a lot of volume surrounding this one. We can see volume is definitely increasing. VWAP is above moving average 10, and the moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. So overall, really good metrics for this one. And it's a company that I know quite a bit about, so I'm definitely going to keep my eyes out on Ideanomics. They had an article that came out today. I can't really remember, but I will definitely post this one on the watch list after the video. Definitely going to be looking at this one, see how it performs. And the important metric is they ended at 319, which is above this week high. So definitely excited to see how this one grows tomorrow. And it's not an uncommon stock. So a lot of people know about this one. This company, it just may have been overshadowed by companies like Tesla today that were just, at record highs basically. Next, we have ticker sign VBLT for vascular. They touched 244. They ended the day at 240, so 4 cents below their week high and day high, which was today. So going to be looking for them to continue to break out for tomorrow. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100, and VWAP is below moving average 10. So I'm going to look for it to cross that threshold, VWAP to cross that threshold of moving average 10, and this to break that resistance of 244. Next, we have ticker sign DDD for 3D systems. They touched 25.31 today. And then we see on here, they ended at 22.96. And then after hours went up 12 more cents to end at 23.08. They are bullish, noted by moving average 10 line being above 50 and 100. VWAP is still significantly high as well. So going to be looking to see how this performs tomorrow. Very interesting company, but volume was extremely high for this one today. So definitely keep your eyes out for that one. Next, we have ticker sign FCEL, which I actually am in on this one. Fuel cell. So I was able to jump in on and execute on this one. So if you go to my actual channel, I'll be posting a video pretty soon about my plays for this week. So I was actually able to execute on fuel cell, so I was happy about that, movement-wise. So definitely going to be looking at fuel cell, going to be adding that to the list, especially with the Biden presidency. I think this one definitely is going to continue to go up. A lot of people follow this stock. I've been following it since before they got their new CEO and, all the different transitions they've had in the company. So definitely one of my faves to look at and to follow. They ended at $14.99. Then after hours went up 25 more cents to end at $15.24. Which is pretty close to this 15.49 week high. So going to be looking for some more movement from them. Next on the list, we have ticker sign IEA for infrastructure A. It touched 22.86 this week. And then it ended the day at 22.32. And after hours went 68 cents up and ended at $23. So this $23 metric where it ended the week or ended the day, sorry about that, it ended the day, is above its week high metric, so definitely going to be looking for some more movement from this one, especially considering during after hours it rallied quite a bit. So it is bullish, by moving average 10 being above 50 and 100. So we're going to be looking tomorrow for this VWAP line across this moving average 10 line to have that confirmation of that bullish uptrend. Next up, we have ticker sign CPST. They touched 1528 today, and then they closed at 1380. After hours, they went up 67 more cents in at 1447. So overall, pretty good metric for them. VWAP is still pretty high. Moving average 10 is still above 50 and 100. So all metrics are confirmed. So that's a good measure in my book. It looks like they're starting to try to curl back up as well. So going to be keeping an eye out on them. Next, we have Riot, which is another cryptocurrency play. So Riot blockchain definitely is spiked up since the rise of Bitcoin beginning 2020, late 2020, beginning 2021. And I think it's going to continue to rise as long as Bitcoin is beginning to rise. So definitely keep my eyes out on this one. They touched 2470 this week. They ended at 2272. After hours went up to 2285. So overall, pretty positive movement for them. Definitely going to be looking for some more movement as Bitcoin continues to grow. Next, we have ticker sign WKHS for Workhorse. Now, Workhorse is been around for quite a while. They were supposed to have a deal with the USPS, which is the United States Post Office, to convert their vehicles to electric through this company, and that deal kind of got put on the shelf while all the politics and stuff were going on. But I think now that we have a confirmation that Biden is going to be president, we can clearly say that that deal is probably going to be back on the table, especially considering Democratic Party usually leans more towards renewable energy, electric vehicles, and things of that nature. So, I think it's going to be very hopeful for the future of Workhorse. Now, when that contract comes back up, or if it comes back up, I don't know the exact date, but I know a lot of people are going to be jumping into this one until that news comes out. So they ended at they touched 2774 this week. They ended the day at 2760, and then after hours went down to 2743. But overall, I think long-term wise, a lot of people are invested in this one and will continue to. And last is ticker sign EOSE. They touched 2690 this week. They ended the day at 2656, and then after hours went to 2650, so 6 cents down. Which is still, 40 cents from this week high. So definitely keep my eyes out on them. They are bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. And then if we look on here, VWAP is below moving average 10, but going to be looking for that to cross potentially in the morning if volume increases on this one. So that's the list. Going to be doing the watch list. Going to upload that after this one. Hopefully everybody's able to execute on at least one of these trades. Hopefully they're helping you all. Hit the thumbs up if they are helping. And also, on the Patreon page, you can ask me questions if you have any. But good luck to everybody out there trading. Going to be talking more and more geared towards some plays based around this Biden presidency, so everybody can be able to execute. And if you're not already invested, make sure you go at least check out Bitcoin, because I believe Bitcoin is going to be on the rise quite significantly in 2021. You have investors like Kathy Woods beginning to talk about it on CNBC. More and more people are going to be talking about Bitcoin. So you don't want to have FOMO, before it's too late, before Bitcoin does get to that crazy evaluation that people are saying. You want to make sure you have or jump into it before then. So good luck to everybody out there trading, and I'll see you guys next time.